Hey everyone, welcome back to Skyrim Special Edition. Last time I killed a man and liked it, and in the start of this video I also killed a man and liked it. The same one, in fact. So, this video lasts over 50 minutes because I have so much content to cover. However, I promise that this is the last episode, at least for now, that will be done in post-commentary. Hopefully future episodes will all be live commentary, but there will probably be skips in future episodes as well because there's so many enemies that take so long for me to defeat. In this episode, that's the major issue. In fact, I encounter a lot of bandit thugs, and I also have an encounter with a bandit highwayman. She gives me a lot of trouble because of a humongous amount of HP and the fact that she kills me in 2 hits. And I also encounter bandit thug that can cast spells, and when they can cast spells, they can heal themselves, and then it makes it hard to finish them off because you deal so little damage. And after that, I have to deal with Kematu, who, well, named NPCs have unique quirks. Some of them do anyway. For now, I was just hanging out Fort Greymore, seeing if I could do anything else. Turns out I could not. After I'm done with Swindler's Den, I will cover Whiterun's Retreat. A bit of, like, I'll finish also the quests I will do in this video by going back to Whiterun. And then I will check out the, what's it called again? Dustman's Cairn for, like, a couple of minutes. Only to find out that I'm not ready for it. At all. This place looks nice, but you actually want to be careful during nighttime. That's when you can encounter vampires and gargoyles. Gargoyles are annoying. However, what I encounter here is a horse with its dead master. Usually in cases like this, it's a free ride, what you get. And some free stuff from the dead bandit too. If you actually move quickly enough, you can find a bandit dying as he spawns. Kind of weird that way. Whatever the case, I believe that if you ride a horse, it will, like every time you dismount it, it will always walk back towards its dead master. Maybe. Unfortunately, horses are not very good for travel, but they are very good for mountain climbing. Also, they do take fall damage, which is like actually the most likely way they will die when moving around with them, especially when you're going to do some mountain climbing. See how effective the horse is? Magnificent beast. Anyway, a quick save right here just to show how dangerous it is to die from fall damage. The horse dies, and then you die because whatever fall the horse took, I believe it stacks with the fall you get afterwards. That's what I think anyway. Whatever the case, fall damage is definitely the most dangerous thing to kill a player at high levels, or any level really. It's even more dangerous in Requiem. But in Requiem there's also a spell called Featherweight that you can learn fairly early on. Means you never take any sort of fall damage, which I feel is kind of too bad, because you should always incur fall damage of some sort. And I do believe actually vampires in Requiem, they resist fall damage but aren't completely immune to it. But I have Vampiric Thirst, and that overrides that change, unfortunately. The stuff I took back there was an offering to the Aedra, of the Stendar, rather. But, I mean, I can just take that stuff, and eventually I'll be joined at Thieves Guild, so it's appropriate for my character to do that. Although, personally, I hate the Thieves Guild. It's been a very long time since I've joined them. Even when I play like evil characters, I still don't care much for them. The Dark Brotherhood is like nicer than them, and that says a lot that a group of killers is nicer than the group of thieves. Dealing with the bandit guarding the entrance to Sulur's Den was very, very easy. Dealing with the actual bandits inside, not so much. Here I start by casting Oak Flesh. Then I try to take these bandits off guard, but they probably heard me casting the spell, which is why they were alerted as I approached them. Normally they are not. They'll actually start their little banter between each other before they notice you. Like even in Requiem, where you make so much more noise and the bandits notice you so much more easily. But since they caught me off guard, they won't actually talk to each other, unfortunately. Well, as you call this, talking to each other. One of them is a bandit, the other is a bandit thug. I want to take care of the bandit first, but can't really find a way to approach them as I am right now, so... Yeah, I tried to do that. Didn't work out, unfortunately. I just take my time, really. Here I get the arm span perk, because by having one-handed weapons that deal more damage, I'll be able to perform backstabs more easily. Like backstabs that actually kill my opponents. In fact, I think it was crucial for me to get that, considering how much trouble I'm gonna have later on in this dungeon. Well, cave, really, that's what it is. I know, yeah, got rid of the bandit, but I have to take care of the bandit thug now. And that's gonna take a while. What I eventually do is basically just slowly, well, not slowly, I deal backstab damage, then I get out of the cave and then go back in. Because, as I said in previous videos, you leave a cell, no enemies are gonna follow you, even if they were chasing you. So yeah, I do this like 4 times, and I managed to kill the bandit thug. Not so bad. But as I said at the beginning of this video, I encounter much fiercer foes inside here. And I pick every arrow I can because I'm gonna need them. You can take a lantern, but it's not gonna do anything. There is a mod called Wearable Lanterns. Actually makes lanterns kind of useful. Not to mention it adds a different type called I don't know what they're called. It basically involves using a bug in a bottle as a lantern. You know those torch bug thoraxes? That was auto-aim screwing my shot right there. Y'all know it. Like, if you look carefully, you can see that the arrow was aiming for where the bandit was instead of where I was aiming for my arrow to go to, which is why I missed. I do believe Requiem removes auto-aim. Yeah, it's a bandit thug, which is why I'm accelerating the footage right here. It's gonna take a while for me to get rid of him. Like 8 shots of archery, I want to say. Sneak attacks, no less. This is a treasure chest right here. I usually don't go to it because of the fact that Requiem locks this chest behind an adept's lock, and until you get the appropriate perk for it, you can't really unlock that chest. There is a roundabout way of unlocking high-level locks in Requiem through the use of scrolls, but the thing is that those scrolls are expensive, and you don't get experience for unlocking the chest, which is bothersome to me. But just me. Taking some arrows here, and moving on with the cave. Seems the 2 bandits were trying to sleep here. Good for them. Sleeping in the cave. That's gotta be nice. Now I'm over here, and there are at least 5 bandits to take care of in this area. Whatever the case, I can take care of the bandits real quick, but this is the part where I meet the highwayman. she gives me a lot of trouble and takes so many hits. Fortunately, I'm able to separate her from the rest, but it takes a while. In case anyone's wondering, I'm doing this post-commentary thing and all of these videos, in fact, all in advance, you know? Like, video 1 has not gone up on my channel so far at the time of this post-commentary recording. Because I don't know when I'm gonna put it up. It's January 4th right now, and like, for all intents and purposes, it might go up on my channel in May if I have if I have plenty of stuff to upload before it. Anyway, some of you may have noticed that highwayman almost killed me in a single shot. That's crazy. I do believe highwaymen are the most overpowered type of bandit, but the fact that a single one was almost able to kill me in one hit does not bode well. Because that bandit is like primarily an archer. Imagine if it was a two-handed weapon user. It means I would not be. It means it would take forever for me to defeat the bandit, and if they've ever got close to me, it would instant kill me. You'll see how much damage I'm causing to the highwayman? Basically nothing. You know, in case some of you haven't noticed, the bandits actually have trouble following me because of a mesh error in this dungeon. There's actually two, in fact. Or, well, let's just say one, but there's another one that's kind of another mistake. Basically, that hallway that I was in a while ago, it's very difficult for enemies to go through it for some reason. I don't know what the actual explanation is, but whatever the case, it's something that you can abuse to really get rid of the enemies very easily, even the ones at the end of the dungeon. Anyway, I separated the highwayman from the other bandits, so I can focus on her now. I can pickpocket her, I can backstab her. What? No. But whatever, I must... whatever I do, I must make sure not to get hit. And clearly here, I did not care much for that. I think if she actually got close to me with her dagger, she would have used a kill move on me. So that was dangerous. Third-person view is a little overpowered. I considered only sticking to first-person when starting this playthrough, but I mean, I'm playing on the most frustrating difficulty, so I might as well take use whatever cheap tricks I've got up my sleeve to defeat every enemy. Considering this is my playstyle. This is 6 minutes worth of footage, by the way, what I'm fast-forwarding through right here. 6 minutes to defeat a single enemy. Goodness gracious. This is the consequence of having enemies that auto level with your character and playing on a difficulty that does not respect that auto adjustment. Because legendary difficulty did not exist back when Skyrim first came out. I think expert was the maximum difficulty, or master? Yeah, I think it was master. But whatever the case, the game was clearly not made with this difficulty in mind. It's just a very, very cheap way for the developers to say, hey, you hardcore players want a challenge? Well, just play on expert difficulty, or master difficulty, or this new super hard legendary difficulty. No, if you want good challenges, you probably should try Requiem. Makes everything hit hard. Which is the way it should be. Like, I can't go on to master difficulty because it, like, doubles my damage output, as well as making it so that the enemies don't deal as much damage to my character. And That's such a humongous change that I wouldn't be like half as careful as I currently am. But what am I saying? I might at some point actually lower the difficulty to master just because of how annoying the enemies can be. Right now it's not too bad because I'm still facing some regular bandits and bandit outlaws are getting a little bit more bearable. But it'll soon become apparent that I'll have to face like several highwaymen at the same time and that will take me forever to defeat. Anyway, yeah. I took care of every bandit except the highwayman. No, not the highwayman, the thug that can cast spells. And at first I thought, okay, she can cast spells, just means I have to keep my distance and catch her off guard every time. No. She can heal herself, and that's a major problem. It means I have to backstab her when she's at the exact amount of health that, like, she won't heal herself from. Takes several attempts before I figure out the proper timing for that. And here I get stealth level 4, yeah. Didn't really need that, I should have probably gotten armsman level 2. And here's where I learned the cold-hearted truth about this bandit. And how she can heal herself. See, normally you would be dealing enough damage so that they wouldn't heal themselves again. But because this is legendary difficulty, I deal way too little damage. By the way, this footage right here, 6 more minutes. 6 more minutes, we're skipping through everything. Until I finally backstab her right here. Having a better dagger would have helped a lot, that's for sure. Little Bane is not very good, unfortunately. Two bear traps right here. Not likely to kill you, but will damage you. You can use them on the upcoming enemies, but I don't think they're that effective.
Proven your strength, let's avoid any more bloodshed. I think you and I have some things to talk about.
So Kematu, normally he talks to you while you're in the water, just after the waterfall. However, if you're fast enough, you can go up here and immediately get the rewards out of this chest. I want everything except the spell tome because it's so cheap. Now, you can talk to Kematu whenever you want, as soon as you like skip the prompt that happens normally when you're down there. And also I wear this helmet because I'm gonna need it. And I also changed to the necklace of resist magic because it's probably better than an amulet of Mara. So I talked to Kematu from right over here. Because it's safer that way, and also because I'm going to be able to easily escape after I backstab him.
Stay your hand, warrior. It's no secret why you're here, and you have proven your skill in combat. Let us talk a moment, and no one else needs to die. I think we can all profit from the situation in which we find ourselves. My men will not attack you if you will lower your weapons. Of course. Senpai, what is it that she's calling herself these days? Shazra? Sadia? One of those, correct? Did she appeal to your sense of honor? Your greed? A more base need, perhaps? It doesn't matter. No doubt she's convinced you that she's the victim. But do you know why we pursue her? Assassins? No.
Right here, I could have just said, I've been sent here to kill you, and that's what I'm gonna do, which skips all of this stuff right here. But, I mean, I might as well show what Kematu has to say.
And make sure no one else gets hurt. She sold the city out to the Aldmeri Dominion. Were it not for her betrayal, Tanith could have held its ground in the war. The other noble houses discovered her betrayal, and she fled. They want her brought back alive. The resistance against the Dominion is alive and well in Hammerfell, and they want justice.
Okay, so what Kematu is saying right here is probably what actually happened, which means Sadia is guilty. However, when he says Sadia is wanted alive, he's lying about that, because she will get her own little grave if you help Kematu right here.
I'd hoped we could
It's a lot easier to help Kematu in this case right here, by the way, because killing Kematu and his Alakir warriors takes me like a good 20 minutes, I want to say. I deal a decent amount of backstab damage on Kematu right here. It's completely worthless, and you're all gonna see why after I'm done with the Alakir warriors, which takes me quite a while, unfortunately. Takes me quite a while. In fact, looking at the footage right now, it's going to take me 7 minutes to go through this fight, even after all of the skips that I've put onto it. That's crazy. It's crazy. Already I'm avoiding them by just staying right here. But, I mean, I have to deal damage to them, and that's what I'm about to do, except I get caught. Oops. That barely dealt any damage, what I did right there.
well, run off.
To be quite utterly frank, looking at all this footage, having a follower would probably help me a lot. Like, a lot. They would deal more damage than I do. They would be able to tank hits for me. The truth is, though, is that it's less fun that way, to me. Unless I get, like, a specific follower, I won't be able to pickpocket. And it's just, I don't know, I don't like having a follower because they tend to break my freedom in a weird sense. This is my first... That Alakir warrior was the first one I actually managed to kill, but I'm not able to salvage any of his goods because the other Alakir warriors were hot on my tail. Here the bow was screwing up. This kind of happens when you, like, when the game forcibly changes your arrows. Annoying, but you can deal with it, and you can also predict it too. So the reason why I'm killing the Alakir warriors and basically siding with Sadia is because usually the Alakir warriors have really good stuff on them. However, that really only applies to when I'm using my mods. In regular unmodded Skyrim, it's actually not really worth it to fight them. Especially not on this difficulty. Also, right there, that was a fail, Skyrim. Like, it activated the kill camera, but the arrow didn't actually hit the Alakir warrior. There's only one left. Haha, just kidding, there's 2 left. Okay, now there's only one Alakir warrior left. However, he's with Kematu, so I have to goad him. Well, I have to goad him out and separate him from Kematu, but that never happens. Just take care of the Alakir warrior separately, while also dealing with Kematu. While sneaking around, of course. So right here, I'm searching to see which Alakir warriors are alive. I don't see any, so I think I should just focus on Kematu, but then I see, oh, there's another one. Okay, I'll take care of the Alakir warrior. Also, I picked up some more stuff and the kitchen of this dungeon. Wait, no, not the kitchen, the place where everyone eats, basically. I tried to kill the Alakir warrior right here, but he barely survived. How annoying. And here I get Armsman level 2. I think that's what I got. Whatever the case, I finished off the LQ right here. So now only Kematu's left, but I'm gonna get a nasty surprise as I start dealing damage to him. I think, well, it's gonna take a while, but eventually I'll defeat him. Oh, and here I try to pickpocket him. Takes a few reloads to actually make it work. As some of you see right here, Kematu won't actually kill me instantly, but he does deal a lot of damage, and if he does a power attack with his weapons, he will probably kill me at like half health. Anyway, what I'm trying to do right here is pickpocket his money, but as I will start damaging him, I will realize that I need to keep him in combat if I want to actually kill him, because every time he goes out of combat, Kematu restores his HP to, like, he fully restores his HP magically. And not as in he casts a spell to restore his HP. He just fully restores his HP, as if I never dealt any damage to him. So y'all see the amount of damage I dealt right there? It's an okay amount, but not really, but it's an okay amount for a boss, I guess, on this difficulty. However, well, I guess I can explain that I already knew right here that he would restore his HP, which is why I'm keeping him in this area to finish him off. But eventually he breaks through and starts attacking me right here. But yeah, the basic gist is that I have to keep Kematu in combat if I actually want to kill him. But he's too strong for me, so I constantly move around trying to avoid him. I was trying to find a spot to easily deal with him, and there was one back there at the hall where the AI has trouble breaking through. But unfortunately, he broke through. That's the problem. So I'm wondering, how the hell am I gonna kill him? How can I finish this quest as I currently am without using console commands? Well, eventually I figure it out. There is another spot where the AI is really dumb. Specifically, right here. Right here, the AI is really, really dumb. I'm sure there's a spot like this in many of the dungeons in the game, where the AI just doesn't know how to deal with a small ledge like this. Because they always go for the stairs. And as long as I can use my spells on him from a distance, he's never gonna be able to approach me while I'll be able to deal with him. And I should probably learn my shouts real quick, because Unrelenting Force can defeat super tough enemies real easily if there's a cliff nearby. In other case, I finally finished off Kematu right here. Took long enough. Doesn't give us very much, unfortunately. But I mean, I did pickpocket his money first, so that's why he's got nothing now. Here, I'm just going to show what happens when you go through this part right here in the dungeon. It basically loops back to the entrance. So, like, this is the second type of dungeon in Skyrim. Instead of an exit at the end, it loops back to the beginning. Probably the more boring type of dungeon, to be honest. Not to mention ridiculously convenient and unimmersive in some cases. But, I mean, it's a modern aspect about games these days. All about the convenience of the player. Here I'm just collecting some more than the moth wings and maybe a torchbug thorax. No, I don't care about those. I also collect the Nern root right over here. And I find some mud crabs. Oh, and some slaughterfish eggs, or just one egg. But yeah, I think there's 3 actually mud crabs right here. These small ones are very, very easy, as some of you will see right here. Even on this difficulty, it's like 2 hits and they're dead. These big ones, however, can deal a bit of damage on a player in legendary difficulty. And in Rare Camp, they also deal a lot of damage. They don't take too many hits, fortunately. But that's because they're not very rewarding. Take the dwarven helmet because it's worth 300, and then there's this other mudcrab I have to take care of. What I did right there, I casted oak flesh. These are the enemies I was talking about in terms of practicing your alteration magic. Just get a lot of potions of magicka, stuff that reduces the cost of your spells, and just continuously cast your mage spells right there while fighting them to easily level up your alteration magic. And maybe some other magic too. Like, I guess restoration too. Right back there, I was looking at Reinbig's Fast, which is a dungeon I was considering to go to. However, there's a boss mage in that dungeon, and I'm not confident that I can take care of that character because, like, if I don't deal enough damage, he'll continuously heal himself and kill me after a while. It's easy to take him off guard, but, like, I wasn't confident, all right? I just wasn't confident. At this point, what I was thinking was I should backtrack to Whiterun and regroup. However, I do make one last stop at Whiterun's retreat, because that's a very small dungeon. Like, it's only 3 bandits and a dog to take care of. Whiterun's retreat is right over here. Like, it's easy to tell where it is thanks to my compass, but in Requiem, I don't have a compass. My map is not that descriptive, so I have to know my way around. And when you've played this game for over 2,000 hours, you'll definitely know your way around. At the very least, around the more popular areas. That was the dog. Only took 1 arrow because it's a dog. It doesn't really level up with you. Not to mention, it's one of the only dogs you'll ever fight in the game. Dog has nothing. Although I think occasionally they drop dog meat. Pick up some arrows right here, as well as some more gold. And I have 2 more bandits to take care of, and I want to take care of them individually. So try to take care of the other one right here. I think the other one's patrolling, but I'm not positive where he's patrolling. I was hoping that he wouldn't see me, but unfortunately he did. He even detected me, and he's got a two-handed weapon, so I run away like a bitch.
No sign of him.
Yeah, this bandit outlaw, he doesn't have any ranged attacks, so I took him out from a distance right over here. I've talked about this before, haven't I? Spots in dungeons and just straight up out in the world space where enemies that don't have any ranged attacks cannot do anything against you. So no matter how weak you are or how strong the enemy is, as long as you stand on those spots, you'll eventually defeat them. This is a bandit chief. I'm gonna try to pickpocket him first. He's... I want to say he's not as strong as the highwayman, not handwayman. Just because he doesn't take as long to defeat. Right here, steal his money, but I also want to steal the dagger, and unfortunately it takes quite a few tries. Quite a few tries, jeez. Here we go. That's just how pickpocketing is in Skyrim. All luck based. I looked up to see if there were mods that fixed pickpocketing. There are none. I'm serious, there are no mods that fix pickpocketing. Like, those that claim that they fix it basically just change the maximum steal rate and the minimum steal rate. That was 6 minutes of footage that I just skipped right there, by the way. Like, who wants to see another boring fight against an enemy where they can't do anything against me and I have to slowly whittle down their health? At least I get that cool sound effect when I beat him. I forgot to steal his iron shield, however. That would have been another... it would have been some good pickpocket training. Yeah, I thought there was still more to get, but there was nothing left. So yeah, the Dustman Cairn is right above me right now, to the north. I ignore it in favor of going back to Whiterun. This NPC right here is Maik the Liar. He appeared in Morrowind first, and in that game, he would actually lie to you and occasionally give you a rumor about a quest. Maybe, I don't remember the specifics, but he would actually lie to you in that game. However, in Oblivion and Skyrim, he actually just talks about stuff that fandom suggests to the developers and just points fun at the game itself. However, he only talks like 3 times to you every time you meet him. 3 times at most. So, if you want to see everything he has to say, you'll have to meet him quite a few times. It's not too hard. He spawns very often when you're traveling around in Skyrim. I'm going back to Whiterun right now, by the way. But I'm not fast traveling, because I prefer walking. Or running in this case. Leakwind Basin. I can just quickly unlock this chest right here for its goodies. The giants don't mind. They really don't. And I find Meridia's beacon inside this chest.
A new hand touches the beacon. Listen, hear me and obey. A foul darkness has seeped into my temple. A darkness that you will destroy. Return my beacon to Mount Kilcreath. And I will make you the instrument of my cleansing light.
So that's a danger quest right there. I want to do it in the next video, but I can't guarantee that I will. Like, I might instead go and up to what's it called? Highwayman first to learn the unrelenting force shout.
This is a local favorite and
Fast travel back to the Bannered Mare right here because I want to talk to Sadia. She's safe now. She's probably with the elves, the high elves, but I just prefer killing Kematu for his goodies, and I'm so used to it that I barely ever side with him, unfortunately. I know that some people really don't like Sadia just because she's a traitor. But it doesn't really show if you side with her. She's just thankful that you helped her and gives you money, and that's it.
I enjoy this. Sure thing. It's yours.
However, she doesn't consider you to be her friend, even then. And that kind of bothers me. I wish there was a mod that just did that small change where after you side with her and finish her the quest, she basically just, like, her speech changes so that she considers you to be her friend.
Thank you. Here, my father had a favorite sword and shield technique. Let me teach it to you in honor of his memory.
That was me giving the hammer and sword back. I skipped a roughly 10 minutes of footage because I was just spending time selling stuff and practicing my smithing and yada yada yada. All boring stuff. And I do some more boring stuff right here. I'll be doing a lot of boring stuff playing this game. Of course, it doesn't help that this video is so long that I just skipped so much of it to get it over with. I considered splitting it into two, but I didn't think there was a good cutoff point. Also, for a split second, if you all paid attention, there was a mammoth in the air right there. I don't think I noticed it when I was playing this game live. But in the footage, you can clearly see it. Occasionally, those mammoths that spawn in the air will fall to the ground and die. So you can get whatever they drop very easily. And it's not... Actually, mammoths are not the only thing that occasionally spawn up in the air, too. Sometimes it's a normal enemy. And they all die because of fall damage. Yeah, I'm getting rid of the skeletons because I want to get that area near Dustman's Cairn over with. Farkas is nearby and he's going to help me, by the way. I could have finished off those skeletons real quick if I had not gotten caught, but I think Farkas alerted the skeletons, unfortunately. He's got heavy armor, doesn't he? Heavy armor causes more noise and is just straight up weaker than light armor in the game. Like, the idea behind heavy armor is that it protects you more, but enemies are so easy to avoid that you'll generally never need more defense. And if you need any sort of defense, you'll just stick with light armor. I'm pretty sure in those little cutscenes you're invincible, but as shown many times before, and this time right there, you're not guaranteed to actually finish off the enemy when using a ranged attack. Also, there's this awful glitch involving followers staying in their sneaking position. I really hate it. Getting them out of their sneaking position is like really hard. Anyway, it's a restless Draugr, so he takes all the hits, so I run away like a bitch and try to get Farkas to help me. Dawnbreaker will help a lot for these joggers and just undead in general. At least I hope it'll help a lot. Dawnbreaker can not, unfortunately, Dawnbreaker does not benefit from any perks for smithing, so it cannot be forged to be too strong or something like that. Almost done. Just 2 more. Make that 1 more. Y'all saw Farkas right there? He tried to use a power attack against the Draugr, but he missed. Of course, that's because I was done with the Draugr. And we're hearing this tune right here, so that means we're done with this area right over here. Our reward is a treasure chest. What does it contain? Probably good stuff, considering it's a master lock. Doesn't take me too long to get it. It's actually quite difficult if you don't know how this minigame works, however. And yeah, I got quite a few rewards. I conjure familiar. That's probably a spell I should use very often in my misadventures in Skyrim on legendary difficulty. Because it means I don't actually have to bring a follower with me. I could just use the familiar as a tank. Unfortunately, I don't think the familiar will be able to last that long. But it is something to consider. Since I'm playing on legendary difficulty, perhaps playing as a conjurer might be better suited than the sneak and archery combo. Anyway, yeah, right here, I'm thinking, okay, I can go into Dustman's Cairn and I'll be able to finish this dungeon. I totally will. No, I will not. Simply because the game starts throwing Draugr White after me.
Looks like someone's
I think I'm saying their names right.
recently.
Draugr White.
Trent.
It's W-I-G-H-T, in case anyone was wondering, not W-H-I-T-E. You'll all see very soon. The beginning of this dungeon sets you up against like 3 Draugr. Right over
Be
here.
careful around the burial stones. I don't want to haul you back to Jorvaskr on my back.
Try to take him off guard right here. It's not gonna work. All because of Farkas, because they hear Farkas. And unfortunately, Farkas does not get into combat until it's too late. Right here, I see that it's just a restless Draugr, so it's like, they're not that tough. But, but then I see that there's Draugr White, and those enemies have even more HP than the restless Draugr, so I'm realizing, okay, I'm not ready for this place. I clearly am not, unless the game never throws these enemies at me ever again, but that does not happen. So the basic gist right now is that I'm thinking, well, I need to have Farkas tank everything for me, but I cannot kill these enemies quickly enough before it's like too late. I just cannot, because after a while Farkas is gonna lose all his HP but not die, and at that point the enemies are gonna focus on me very, very quickly. And this is precisely why I want Dawnbreaker, or a more effective way of dealing with the enemies. Also, there's 4 of them. God damn it. Well, I only killed 3 of them, I believe. And here I'm fast forwarding because I was hiding away. Farkas was getting back up, and I don't think he's fighting the enemies right here. I think what he is doing is he's just going back up to me. So that's AI stupidity right there. But, I mean, at least he's distracting the enemies, if only for a little while. And I was finally able to get rid of the restless Draugr right there. But there's still the other 2 who have even more HP. And I think I accidentally hit Farkas right there. Maybe not. I cannot kill Farkas no matter how hard I try. Unmodded Skyrim makes it so that your essential NPCs can never die. They can be wounded, which is what gives the opportunity for the enemies to focus on you instead. But they will not die. Yeah, I just fast forwarded through all of that. Just skipped a good 5 minutes of footage that I spent attacking these enemies. Whatever, that's it for this video. Next time, something else and live commentary. Hope you've all enjoyed this and I'll have a very nice day. Bye bye!